Good morning, students. Last session we discussed the economy and its types. The countries are divided into three: developed countries, developing countries, and less developing countries. Among these three countries, they are following different type of economic activities. And today we are going to discussing the economic system in the world. So among the 198 countries, they are following the different type of economic system in the world. Economic system means how the people or individual or institution or government connected through fulfill their basic needs or economic activities. So there are three major types of economic system following by all the countries. One is capitalist country or capitalism, and the second one is socialist country or socialism, and the third one is mixed economy. So the capitalism and the socialism is two extreme corner, because capitalism means all the economic activities economic activity is controlled by only the individual or private people or owner or rich people. And another one is the socialist country is controlled, all the economic activities of socialist country is controlled by the government. And mixed economy means coexistence of private people and the government is known as the mixed economy. And we will see one by one. What do you mean by capitalism? Capitalism means all the economic activity is controlled by private people, owners, rich people. And for example, all the economic activity means all the production activities, service sector is controlled by only the private people. The government should not enter or government should not interfere their private people business. And the capitalism is also known as free economy or market economy. In Latin word, laissez-faire policy. Laissez-faire government means non-intervention by the government in any business. The father of economic, Adam Smith, is also known as father of capitalism. There is no contribution, there is no intervention, there is no participation of the government to private business. For example, United States of America, West Germany, Japan, these are the countries are best example for this capitalist economy. And next we will move to what are the features of capitalist economy. The first point is private ownership of property and law of inheritance. So it means the basic features of capitalism in all that resources, namely land, capital, mines, etc. are owned by only the private individuals. The owner has the right to keep or own or sell their resources according to their will. The government should not ask any question to the private people regarding their business. And the second one is freedom of choice and enterprise. It means each individual is free to carry out any occupation or carry out any trade at any place at anywhere in particular country to produce any commodity. Similarly, the consumer also free to buy and use any commodity according to their choice. And next we will move to the third point, profit motive. Profit is the driving force behind all the economic activities in a capitalist economy. Each individual or organization to produce their goods for getting maximum profit. With the help of advanced technology, division of labor and specialization of product are followed. The golden rule of producer under the capitalist economy to maximize their profit. And the fourth point is free to competition. So there is free competition both product and factor market. The government or any authority cannot prevent for free competition. So there is competition between buyers and sellers is very free. And the fifth point is the price mechanism. So price mechanism is the court of capitalist economy, all the economics are regulated by through the price mechanism, that is the market forces like a demand and supply is controlled by price mechanism, because price increases, demand decreases, price decreases, demand increases. On the other hand, price increases, supply is also increases, price decreases, supply also decreases. So both the market forces like demand and supply is controlled by price mechanism. And the sixth point is role of government. In the capitalist economy, the government role is very minimum. The government role is to protect their people from external aggression or external wars, and the government to maintain only three different activities, that is defense, health and education, and other economic activities are non-economic activity. For example, tourism, insurance, transportation are maintained, controlled by private owners or private people. And the seventh one is inequalities of income. So in the capitalist society is divided into two classes. One is haves and the second one is have-nots. Haves means those who are own the land, those who are having the land, those who are run the business, they are called haves. Haves means rich people. On the other hand, the have-not means those who are not able to own the land or those who are not able to run the business. It is known as have-nots. In the socialist economy, the struggle between or problem between only the haves and haves not. So finally, the capitalist economy means the richer become richer and the poorer become poorer. And next we will move to merits of capitalism. The first point is automatic working. So without any government intervention, the economic functioning is very automatically. And the second point is efficient use of resources. In the capitalist economy, all the resources are used very efficiently. For example, all the natural resources, land, forest, mining, all these resources are used very efficient manner. And the third point is incentives for hard work. So hard work is encouraging by the landlords, entrepreneur, business people to give some reward, some award for their workers for their encouraging their hard works. And the fourth point is economic progress. In the capitalist economy, the production and productivity levels are very high in the capitalist economy. So the particular country, especially USA, Japan, West Germany, they are achieving very highest economic progress with the help of their capitalist economic policy. And the fifth one is consumer sovereignty. All the production activities are aimed to satisfying the consumer needs for capitalist country. And the sixth point is the highest rate of capital formation. In the capitalist economy, the people's encouraged by the savings and investment to leads the highest rate of capital formation, because savings income minus expenditure is equal to saving. The savings is converted into investment. In the capitalist economy, the peoples, they are very much interested to invest their income in the business. And the last point is the development of new technology as the profit making or maximum profit to increase the idea of new technology. For example, USA, West Germany and Japan is the best example for introduce the new technology, modern method of production technology every day. And next we will move to the demerits of capitalist economy. And next we will move to what are the demerits of capitalism. The first point is concentration of wealth and income. In the capitalist economy, the individual or industrialist or entrepreneur or business people or owner of the business, they are concentration for development of their own wealth or their own income. They are not able to concentration for development of public wealth, people's growth, or improve the standard of living of the people. They are in only the interest to improve their own income or own wealth. And next we will move to the second point, wastages of resources. Large amount of resources are wasted, or competitive advertising and duplication of product in the capitalist economy, because the private people or individual, they are use maximum resources to get the maximum profit. And the third point is known as the class struggle. So in the capitalist economy leads to the class struggle, or they are making the dividends of people into two categories. One is haves or have-nots, but in the reality the class struggle between the owners and the workers. Owners are individuals or rich people, they are enjoying more comfortable life compared to poor class people. The government also will help to the improvement of private peoples or owners or industrialists compared to the poor people. In the capitalist economy, the government should not give the interest to the improvement of health, education to the poor people. And the fourth point is business cycle. Business cycle means in the free economy, in the free market system leads to the frequent violent economic fluctuation and the crisis. For example, in the capitalist economy, only the private people, they are enjoying the maximum benefit from the government, and the poor people, they are not able to get any welfare measures to the government. And last point is production of non-essential goods. So in the capitalist economy or free market economy or laissez-faire economy, they are encouraged to produce non-essential goods rather than essential goods. For example, in the USA, the most of the industrialists, they are produce only the weapons or arms, and the consumer also, they are freely using their weapons or harmful commodities rather than food commodities. It is not good for people's welfare. Thank you. And move to the next concept, that is socialism. Thank you, student. Next class we will move to the next concept, that is socialism and mixed economy. Thank you, students.